Michigan concealed carry, Harry Potter, AR, redesigning Snapchat, and Uber teams up with NASA. Hi, I'm Rob Anspach from Anspach Media, and welcome to episode 177 of What's Trending. If you're just tuning in, what I do is I take some of the trending subjects on Facebook and give you my spin, my take, my thoughts, my opinion. Well, we have 4 trends that I want to go through, and I know I usually have my headset on, but apparently I lost them. I know. I guess I'll have to just go out and buy yet another pair. Well, let's just jump right in. We have some good ones. Apparently in Michigan, a bill would allow concealed guns in schools and churches. The bills, which passed the state Senate committee on a party line vote, come in the wake of mass shootings in Texas and Las Vegas. Typically, in a concealed carry, you're not supposed to take guns into schools or churches, but I guess people are so afraid of mass shootings that they want to be protected. So I think the rest of the states are going to see how this plays out. And it's one of those controversial things. I'm for guns, but other people aren't, and this is going to be very contentious. So we're going to see how Michigan does, and it's going to be a wait and see. But I think that if more people realized that others were carrying, we wouldn't have some of these lunatics shooting up the place. But that's my opinion, folks. Well, for all those people who played Pokemon Go on their phones, the same company now, Niantic, is following up to the Pokemon Go craze. And they're coming out with a Harry Potter augmented reality game launching next year in 2018. It says that Niantic Labs had tremendous success with Pokemon Go, which paired the expertise in building location-based augmented reality mobile experiences with users. Now, they're going to try it with Harry Potter because, Harry Potter hasn't made the billions like Pokemon did. I can't even say that without laughing. It's like, J.K. Rowling doesn't need any more money. But apparently, the Harry Potter craze is still going strong. So, it won't be going strong with me because I really didn't care I watched other people play Pokemon Go and I couldn't get into it. So I doubt that I'm even going to try with this augmented reality game, but there'll be plenty of people who will. And going back to the phone, Snapchat, for the last, 2 years, I've had a love-hate relationship with Snapchat, and I actually haven't used it for months. But I think they're starting to feel the pain because it says here, Snapchat launches Redesign as their growth disappoints Wall Street. Now, Snap Inc., which owns Snapchat, is redesigning its disappearing message app in an attempt to reach a broader audience, going back to the drawing board as Wall Street clobbered it for another quarter. The problem is that when you have an app designed for a certain demographic and you try to change to make it more pleasing for the general audience, the people that made your app popular are going to leave. Facebook was a prime example. When it first came out, it was all college kids and they loved it. But when it became more globalized and anybody could join Facebook, a lot of these kids didn't want to be where their peers were. They didn't want to be where their parents were. They wanted something that they could call their own. And at first it became Instagram and then Snapchat. Snapchat is where the kids hang out, where some of the millennials go. But even them, they're getting tired of Snapchat. So Snapchat is kind of in that pains of growing. So we'll find out in the next year whether they're going to stick around or they're going to try to attract, a bigger, better audience. So we'll see. But again, it's not something that I'm going to be hanging out in. It's just, I'm not a big Snapchat fan. So again, my opinion. I know you're looking at me going, what? He's crazy. Well, I'm not crazy, but this next idea kind of is. It says Uber is in deal with NASA to build flying taxi car control software. It says Uber is taking part in a joint industry and government push with NASA to develop software which the company aims to use to manage flying taxis and the routes that could work like ride-hailing services. First, the other day I reported that Google's Waygo is going to have driverless cars operating as taxis, and now Uber is going to be creating taxi air control software to make our flying cars safer. You know what? I don't want flying cars. I don't want driverless cars. Just get me behind the wheel and I'll stay in control. So that's my opinion. What do you think? That kind of leads us to the question of the day, because I ran out of trends. I only had 4. So the QOTD, the question of the day is, do you use Snapchat? If so, share your username, your snap code. Maybe I'll follow. Like I said, I'm not a big fan, but occasionally I do check just to see who's around. But if you want to share your snap code, maybe I'll stop over and say hi. If you like this episode, remember to comment and share. And if you're seeing this on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. We're just 3 episodes away from episode 180. Now, what does that mean? Well, I've been doing these shows every day, live, almost 6 months. So 180 episodes. So I think that's quite a feat, wouldn't you say? Because, there's a lot of people who get on, try to do a live show, and they do it maybe once a week. To put out a show every single day takes a little time. If you'd like to learn more about what I do to help my clients build trust with their audience, using live shows like this, social media, search engine optimization, and even content creation, which would be article writing, book publishing, visit me at anspachmedia.com. Well, that's it for the show. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you tomorrow on episode 178. Adios.